Hello everybody, I'm SnipingIsFun. In this video I'm going to talk about two topics, and it shouldn't be too long of a video. Not as long as my normal videos, I tend to get up to like 15 minutes, 14 minutes. This will be a quick little video. I'll talk about both topics pretty quickly. To start off, my first part of my video is based off the video I did a couple of days ago, the whole games and genres I like and that I play, to the point where I want these games from Operation Rainfall or any other unlocalized games that have not been Operation Rainfall, at least for the most part, like Earthseeker, Fire Emblem 3, stuff like that. I'm actually glad that more people are actually doing this kind of video. When I heard the comment from Game Reviews when he did it on that video, I was actually quite glad today to actually see that he did one, and I was actually quite surprised, even though he's against Operation Rainfall and he wasn't actually doing the video for said reason I was doing it for, or Game Reviews was doing it for. It was interesting to see We Lover do one as well. All I can say is, if you're in support of Operation Rainfall, even in the slightest bit, I would recommend you do a video just like that. Show off your collection of your niche, obscure type games, or in my case, because I did this too, We Lover and Game Reviews specifically showed more like those kind of games. I showed those too, but I showed games that also fit into the same genre and also fit into the same type of game, like very Japanese-ish games, or RPGs or stuff like that. So he doesn't necessarily have to do only obscure and niche games. You could also, what I did in my video was do games that relate to the same type of game, same type of genre, just are similar to the game. Because I obviously put Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy in mine, and those two are not niche or obscure franchises. They're actually both quite popular. But I put them in there because they're both RPGs and show that I love RPGs and I'm willing to play Last Story and willing to play Xenoblade, stuff like that. And I showed off, my obscure games in my collection, like Disgaea, and Brave, the Fire Emblem series, Sin and Punishment, Sakura Wars, who else? And various other games I have in my collection, which I probably could have put a few more into that video, but I forgot a few, but that's fine. But like I said, if you're in support of Operation Rainfall, I would recommend you do a video kind of like that. Do a video showing off your collection of games that are in similar genres, or similar, types of games, your obscure collection of games, your niche collection of games, and do a video saying you have bought these kind of games, you are interested in these kind of games, and you'd be willing to buy those games. And that would pretty much show that people would be willing to go out and buy these kind of games because they already like that kind of genre, they like that kind of game, that kind of thing. And I hope more people besides me, Game Reviews, and We Lover do videos like this, because I think there might have been more people, because Game Reviews said there's been more people, but I haven't seen those videos yet, so I'm going to check on that tonight. But I hope, and if anyone else sees this video, I hope you spread the word, have people, even if it's not like a video, go to some site where you can post some pictures, take pictures of your collection, or do a video. Even if you don't have a camera, maybe just do a video of a slideshow, but you could just say the games you own that you bought or that you're interested in. Any way to show off to people that are maybe that won't be in Operation Rainfall, or to show off to companies like Nintendo that you're interested in these kind of games, and that they can be marketed here as such. And besides just that, word of mouth, like I said, where we'd spread it to people who weren't obviously in Operation Rainfall. I think this would be a good idea, because then it will show a main reason why people want these games, and that is because they are interested in said genre, said type of game kind of thing, similar games kind of thing. And I hope to I hope to see more of those videos, and that's that. And my second part of my video is going to be my thoughts on the new WWE Brawl game that I think is coming out next year. I'm not fully sure. from what I've seen about this game and what I've heard, I've seen the trailer and I heard, you know, some people's thoughts on it and everything, on IGN and whatnot, and the SmackDown boards. Everyone seems to be against this game. It just seems quite odd to me. I'm not saying it's going to be perfect. I'm not saying it's going to be a great game, but based off what I've seen, it actually looks quite interesting, and it looks like an interesting idea and something different. It's basically like a beat-em-up type of game with WWE wrestlers, superstars kind of thing, but in like a Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Power Stone, you know, backyard wrestling, a battle, like an arena where these wrestlers just battle each other, and they have like superpowers, like magical powers and everything. It's like a beat 'em up kind of game, like a brawler, like a fighting game. This is one thing I'll give to THQ and Ukes. Actually, that's an interesting idea, and that's something I really think they should do more on, because it's not that it's just that I don't think that the whole WWE thing should stay strictly in wrestling games. I think it should expand into different kind of genres. We've already seen this with the likes of Crush Hour, which came out back on the PS2 and the GameCube, which was basically Twisted Metal, but taking out the M rating and the characters and putting in wrestlers with a T rating kind of thing. Having wrestlers like Chris Jericho, Rikishi, the Hardy Boys, Kevin Nash, Brock Lesnar, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Test, who else was in that game? Vince McMahon was in the game, Stephanie McMahon, Stacy Keibler, Ric Flair, William Regal, Hulk Hogan, you know, stuff like Triple H, stuff like that. It was basically just a game where they did that. And besides just that, back on the Game Boy Color, they did WWF Betrayal, which was basically like a side-scrolling beat-em-up, kind of like Final Fight and Streets of Rage, but with wrestlers kind of thing. It wasn't great all that much. I played before and it was okay, but it was an interesting idea. And then this year they did WWE All-Stars, which may have had the whole wrestling feel to it. It was a wrestling game, but it was an arcadey wrestling game. They put the characters look like they were on steroids, like superhero type characters, and it was just all arcadey, kind of a wrestling type game. And now they're doing WWF Betrayal, which is outside the ring in general, and they're doing with superpowers kind of thing, even more cartoonish, arcadish with superpowers now. And while I say this game may not be perfect, it may not be great, I think it might be an interesting concept, and I'm willing to try it out. I'm interested in it, and I actually hope more comes from this. I actually would like to see like them go back on that WWF Betrayal type game, and actually make another Streets of Rage, Final Fight type game, a brawler, like a beat 'em up kind of game, where they take like the characters and you run through the stage beating up people and facing like bosses at the end of each level, or maybe like an RPG game like those X-Men Legend games. That could be an interesting concept. You know, just expand outside of just plain old wrestling games. Not saying that they're bad or anything, but like the SmackDown series, which is now the WWE series, they're just calling it WWE with the year, like Madden and all that now. They took away SmackDown, took away SmackDown Raw now. I'm not saying they're bad, but I think they need to expand on it so they have different like genres and get them outside of just being in wrestling games. That's just my thoughts and what I think really should happen with this. I mean, what my thoughts on the whole game and what I think they should do from now on. And my whole thoughts on that whole Operation Rainfall, showing off your collection. I hope you guys like this video. Put in the comment section what you thought about it. Put in the comment section what you thought about my thoughts of WWE Brawl. And do you actually think they should continue games like this? I think they should. I mean, obviously they should not overdo it and especially put in genres that make no sense. But I think beat 'em ups and like even like a X-Men Legends type RPG, stuff like that can work. Doing the Crush Hour 2 can work. Doing stuff like that can work. Doing like a sports game or something like that, or like a racing game or anything, that I can understand being kind of stupid. But stuff like that, like I said, a Crush Hour 2, or like a beat 'em up side scroller, or you know, like an RPG like X-Men Legends kind of thing where you can play 4 players and just use superpowers like the X-Men could have, basically just like finishing moves and famous moves the wrestlers did or something like that. Something like that would be interesting. Tell me what your thoughts are on that. Do you think those things should happen? And if so, what would you like to see? And in the comment section, tell me about what you want to see for Operation Rainfall. Will you do a video based off this kind of thing? Will you do a video based off of showing off your collection of games and genres you're interested in, that you like and that you've bought, to show you that you would show people that you'd be interested in buying said games from Operation Rainfall and other localizations like Earthseeker and Fire Emblem 3. That's video's now over 10 minutes. I'm sorry. I was hoping to make this a quicker video. Hope you guys liked it. See you guys later. Please subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you guys in my next movie. Peace.